Two Staffordshire police officers have been found guilty of misconduct over the death of a man who died while in the back of a police van in December 2014.
The officers were found to have failed in their duty of care for Adrian McDonald for not giving him immediate medical attention, despite him complaining of breathing difficulties after being tasered and admitting to taking drugs. Chris Halpin reports.
For nearly 3 years, Adrian McDonald's family have wanted to know exactly what happened the night he died caged in the back of a police van.
It's an ongoing process, so you're continuously grieving for Adrian, really. Each time something comes up, it's like the whole process all over again.
During Mr McDonald's arrest at this block of flats in Newcastle-under-Lyme in December 2014, he was bitten by a police dog and tasered, although the device failed to stun him. Officers thought they were attending a suspected burglary, but in fact it was a birthday party. Mr McDonald admitted to officers he'd been taking drugs, and the 4-day misconduct hearing heard how he'd complained of being breathless and needing water. But within 8 minutes of being put in the police van, Mr McDonald was unresponsive and found slumped with no pulse. During the misconduct hearings, some of Mr McDonald's family, who travelled down from Huddersfield, had to watch his last moments alive, as it had been recorded on a police body camera, something his brother couldn't bear to watch.
I can't watch it to watch my brother die like that, because my memories that I've got of him now are treasures. I treasure the memories that I've got. I don't want that as a memory of my brother.
Today, a disciplinary panel ruled Sergeant Jason Bromley and Inspector Richard Bills failed in their duty of care to immediately get medical help for Mr McDonald. They were cleared of gross misconduct, as an NHS expert ruled the 34-year-old would still have died even if he had received medical attention. Both the officers were given written warnings to stay on their files for 12 months. The panel found no wrongdoing by a third officer, PC Jonathan Tench.
Due to pending inquest proceedings, I cannot comment further, apart from stating that as a police service, when we get it wrong, we endeavour to learn from it so that we are better equipped to deal with these types of challenging incidents in the future.
But that's not enough for Adrian McDonald's family. They say there are still too many questions and they're determined to keep fighting for answers. Chris Halpin, ITV News, Stafford.
So the family have lots of questions. We can join Chris Halpin, who's at Stafford Police Headquarters, for us this evening. Chris, what happens next in this case?
Well, as you heard in my report, Matt, this has been a very long experience for Adrian McDonald's family, coming up to 3 years since the anniversary of his death. And in that time, there's been an independent police complaints commission into the conduct of the officers that night, and their findings last month was passed on to the Crown Prosecution Service, but they've decided that no prosecution can be brought against the conduct of the officers that night. And then obviously today there were findings of the misconduct hearing, but still yet to come, as you heard in my report, there is the inquest to happen. Now, the preliminary hearing for how that inquest might look and how that might be set out is scheduled for November the 10th, and the family have told us today they're hoping that that will reveal more answers to those questions that they want to explore and they want the answers for.
Chris, thank you very much.
4 inmates